Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this lovely Friday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. Let's take a look at the news tonight. UNAM, in partnership with the United Nations University Institute for Natural Resources in Africa, kicked off their two-day stakeholder workshop at the Finter Country Club and Casino yesterday under the theme Advancing the Green Digital Transition, Enabling an Inclusive Green Transition with Digital Platforms. United Nations Economic Commission for Africa's Hilda Mwakatumbula opened the workshop and posed questions regarding the status quo of Namibia's transition to green energy that will be answered during the course of the workshop. Jemima Ndebele reports.
Our quick or short and long-term plans as a country, as Namibia, in order to attain the just energy transition in Namibia. But also just energy transition won't come without a cost. There are a lot of things that should be changed. So how can we involve policymakers, taking policymakers on board, making sure that all stakeholders are taken on board to support the energy transition in Namibia? Fourth, which is last but not least, how can we further utilize the digital technologies or harness digital technology to support energy transition in Namibia? So we have energy, the digital technologies right now. How can we leverage further to make sure that we use it to support energy transition in Namibia? To that end, let me wish you a very fruitful and live discussion. Thank you all for being here. I'm looking forward to learning more about energy transition in Namibia. Thank you.
Namibia Development Bank spokesperson Jerome Mutumba yesterday took time out to motivate learners at Oshikunde Combined School in the Ohangwena region. Mutumba said that learners in rural areas are dear to his heart because he comes from a similar background. He further added that the bank will award the best grade 12 performing learner with a cash prize of 20,000 Namibian dollars. Let's take a look at this video.
Government of Republic of Namibia, some years back, they felt it necessary to also establish a bank that was going to be used to help to finance economic activities in the country. And that bank was given the name called the Development Bank of Namibia. The primary responsibility of that bank is to help with the development of this country. So that's really the reason why some of us today do have jobs, because we have been tasked by government to help to develop this country. That is the critical reason why we are here this morning, to also share with you some of our personal and professional experiences and how we as citizens of the country can actually manage and help to develop this country in our own right. Because members of the rural community in our country are very dear to my heart at a personal level. Every time I go to rural areas, I draw so much inspiration from the courage, the excitement, the sense of hope that the rural citizens actually carry on their faces. When I was talking to the principal of Osakaria, and Oshikunde Combined, I was asking them, when I looked at some of our citizens who were seated before us, most of these citizens, they actually travel on average 4 hours a day, back and forth from school. These smallest citizens of our country, they travel on average 4 hours every day, getting up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning.
Getting into our next story with the Swim American program, Diego Calari has coached more than 100 children from 6 months and counting, of which he says 99% are water safe and some have graduated from the program. After chasing this passion to help others, he became a certified swimming instructor with the American Swimming Coaches Association. Calari is now certified in Level 5 Education and Level 3 Performance and is also certified with the ASCA Swimming Strength and Conditioning course. He went on to complete Swim America, a swim program of ASCA, which is a swim school licensing program for professional coaches and swim school operators. Kalari says basic swimming skills and water safety programs are non-existent in the Namibian schooling system, and children drown due to a lack of water safety skills and awareness. Swimming is a sport or activity that is least pursued in Namibian schools due to the lack of facilities for qualified coaches. I discovered I was inspiring others to do the same, so you could say at that point I found my coaching call. The teary-eyed thanks I get when I help someone see their worth, potential and possibilities in their water safety journey is indescribable, and it's why I do it. Coaching is the most selfless thing I can do, he said. Children register and pay for the classes. Kalari makes use of the Swim America station-based Learn to Swim program from the ASCA. Swim America is a highly effective swim school licensing program for professional coaches and swim school operators with over 1,000 sites spread throughout the world. I am proud to say that in Africa, we are listed on the Swim America location finder as one of the 3 countries after Botswana and South Africa, he said. Swim America is a progression-based learning system that includes 10 stations. As each child performs the respected skills for each station, they move to the next station, not when everyone does, but when they're ready. Now, volunteers from the Shinchonji Church of Jesus hosted a back-to-school stationery drive for the underserved learners from Greenleaves Primary School, situated in the rural area of Okahanja Park. 60 stationery packs were distributed to the learners at Greenleaves Primary School, along with 140 books, exam pads, notebooks, and printing papers to the school. All the items for the back-to-school stationery packs have been donated by Shinchonji members from around the city and include items like pencils, pens, notebooks, rulers, scissors, and other essential items. We believe that every scholar deserves a chance to succeed regardless of their family's financial situation or their social standing, said Shinchonji volunteer spokesperson Gift Kashuonjo. The stationery drive is one small way we can make a big difference in the lives of these deserving scholars, she furthered. Numerous enthusiastic scholars joined in on the celebrations organized by Shinchonji volunteers on the school premises, and cheer was the order of the day as learners from the school's choir delivered a musical performance. The church is also hosting similar back-to-school drives in communities and cities across South Africa, including Johannesburg, Gqeberha, Pietermaritzburg, Durban, Bafokeng, and as far afield as Harare in Zimbabwe. Shinchonji is an international church organization which has branches across all continents of the world, with the word Shinchonji standing for the Chinese New Heaven and New Earth. The church has branches across the continent of Africa, including Ethiopia in the north, Uganda and Kenya in the east, as well as South Africa, Namibia and Zimbabwe, with their headquarters based in South Africa. After the break, we get into our story of the day, and tonight we take a look at Yolanda Nell chatting to Kelsey Prediger about World Pangolin Day. Stay tuned.
The Regional Review brings you news, views, and interviews from NMH correspondents from across the country. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact regional@synergy.com.na.
Yolanda Nell talks to Kelsey Prediger about World Pangolin Day and a big event taking place on the 18th of February. Have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined with Kelsey and we are talking about pangolins. You have an event this coming Saturday. Quickly tell us about this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on today. We have World Pangolin Day this coming Saturday. It's always the third Saturday of February. And this year we're going to be doing a similar event to last year. It's a big family fun celebration. So we start with a trail run or fun run or walk for those not interested in being too active. And that's starting with registration at 7 o'clock and the run starts at 7:30. And so we've got lots of fun prizes. The 5K is for the people more ambitious. We've got a 1.5K for the kiddies and lots of fun prizes with that. And afterwards, we're going to have a fun kiddie morning. There's bounce houses, face painting, lots of arts and crafts for the kids to do. And even more exciting is we've got a market together this year. So we've got a number of vendors selling handmade things. And the afternoon is for the adults to do some wine tasting.
Nice.
And we've got the L's coming out to perform, which is going to be a lot of fun. Last year was amazing. So we're really happy to have them back this year. And I think the highlight of this year is the raffle we have going. So I brought some raffle tickets to show you. Maybe somebody wants to buy some in office. Yeah, we've got a grand prize sponsored by Fly Namibia. It's 2 round-trip tickets to Cape Town. And then we've got a number of lodge weekends, including Gondwana, Hobatara Lodge, and Midgard.
Now, I don't know of anyone who's going to say no thank you to that.
Yeah, no, we've got some amazing, amazing opportunities. I forgot a few of our top prizes. We also have 2 separate annual passes to Avis Dam. We've got some beautiful pangolin earrings from Patrick Mavro's collection, and a number of other awesome hampers and prizes.
In economic news after the break, we take a look at the big petrol hike expected in South Africa. Stay tuned.
My.NA Property Show provides viewers with the best in-class content, engaging interviews, as well as a showcase of the latest property-related products and services. If you would like to feature your brand or your campaign on this platform, contact My.NA at synergy.com.na. My.NA Properties, more than just a roof over your head.
Getting into our economic news this evening, March may bring a large hike in the petrol price in neighboring South Africa. The latest information from the Central Energy Fund shows Namibia heavily depends on South African imports. With 2 weeks to go before the prices are fixed, the fund's data shows that 95 unleaded petrol could be increased by more than R1.20 a litre in March, while diesel may be hiked by 38 cents. Up next, the financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at $18.22 to the US dollar and at $19.39 to the euro. It trades at $21.77 to the pound and 2 Namibian dollars and 62 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Looking at commodities, zinc is down by 0.50% and Brent crude oil is down by 1.14%, trading at $84.17 per barrel. In the international news slot after the break, Taiwan finds a crash site of suspected Chinese weather balloon. NMH Ad 1 brings you news from all across Namibia. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact NMH1 at synergy.com.na. NMH Ad 1, your lunchtime news companion. Getting into our international news, Taiwan's military said it has spotted an unidentified object drifting above Dongyin, a Taiwanese-controlled island off China's coast, at 11 a.m. local time on Thursday. It later found a crash site on a shooting range. Initial investigations suggested the remnants were part of a meteorological instrument, the military added. On Friday, Taiwan's Defense Minister Chiu Kuo-cheng said that officials would further investigate the crashed balloon but would not jump to conclusions. This is the first time such a discovery has been made in Taiwan's offshore islands, said senior defense official Chen Yu-lin, according to local media. Tensions between China and the U.S. have seen a fresh spike in recent weeks after the U.S. downed what it said was a Chinese surveillance balloon in its airspace earlier this month. The U.S. also shot down the 3 other objects it says are unlikely to be foreign spy crafts. The sphere found on Dongyin was about 1 meter in diameter and bore the name of a China-based company that, based on online searches, stocks meteorological and radio appliances. The company, Taiwan Radio No. 1 Factory Co. Limited, is based in Taiwan, one of China's main industrial bases and the capital of Shaanxi Province. The sphere was also marked GTS-13, Digital Atmospheric Sounding Instrument, and Meteorological Instrument with simplified Chinese language characters, the military said in a statement. China has used simplified Chinese characters since the 1950s, but Taiwan continues to use traditional characters. Authorities have not released pictures of the object. Taiwan's defense ministry said on Tuesday that it had not spotted any surveillance balloons from China in its vicinity, but also said it will shoot down any balloon it deems a threat. China sees self-ruled Taiwan as a breakaway province that will eventually be under Beijing's control. But Taiwan sees itself as a distinct from the Chinese mainland with its own constitution and democratically elected leaders. Now let's take a look at the weather predictions. For tomorrow, sunny and hot weather is expected in the north with Inanna at 37 degrees and Ruacana at 35 degrees. Partly sunny weather is expected along the coast with a high of 21 degrees in Walvis Bay and 21 degrees in Henties Bay. On Sunday, sunny and hot weather is expected in the north with Inanna still at 37 degrees and Ruacana at 35 degrees. Still on Sunday, partly sunny weather is expected along the coast with a high of 24 degrees in Walvis Bay and 23 degrees in Henties Bay. In the sports section tonight, we take a look at Trustco United hosting its annual tennis-side rugby tournament in Olympia today and tomorrow.
Sport Wrap is a daily show focusing on all sport news and current affairs. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact sportwrap@synergy.com.ma.
Now, a few years ago, the Young African Football Club was competing in the first division, and African Stars considered them a smaller club. Years have passed, and the fixture between Young African FC and African Stars has acquired a different taste. It is about the big spenders, African Stars and Young African, who have assembled a tough team to beat. African Stars have started the season firing on all cylinders, while their opponents only grew into the season following a shaky start. The weekend pits a former NFA Cup winner against a team that has won the Premier League on several occasions. The two teams have met twice before, with both matches ending in draws during the 2018 season. Tough match ahead. The two clubs share familiar ties given their support bases as well as the players they've shared in the past. Given the spats that both leaderships have had in the past, the rivalry extends beyond the field and into the boardroom. As things stand, African Stars go into the match as hot favourites, backed by recent statistics and events. Starlisle has not lost a Premier League match this season, while inflicting serious damage on opponents with high scores. Trustco United is hosting its annual tennis-side rugby tournament in Olympia today and tomorrow, offering the participating clubs the traditional pre-season opener for the local club rugby season, which should start in earnest next month. The matches on Friday and Saturday will be broadcast live on NTV and other NMH platforms. Only 4 of the country's 8 Premier League clubs have entered teams for the main competition, with FNB Unam absent after winning the tennis-side tournament final against Wanderers last year. The 4 clubs are looking to use the opportunity to check their players' current fitness and skill levels in the 10-man format ahead of the NRU Premier League are FNB Wanderers, last year's defeated finalist Trustco United, FNB Grootfontein and FNB Kudus. The Reserve League will be the most hotly contested battle, with 10 teams which are divided into 2 groups. New individual champions in both the men's and women's categories will be crowned in the 2023 Pupkewitz Mega Build Tour de Windhoek this weekend. From today until Sunday, riders will contest 5 challenging stages over 3 days in and around the capital. Namibian-born and former South African road race champion Mark Pritson, who won the 2022 and 2019 titles, will not be back this time, while last year's women's champion Vera Loser will also be absent. The presence of 3 South African professional teams will once again ensure a tight contest and worthy winners of the top prizes, including the individual winners' checks of 10,000 Namibian dollars for men and women, or 4,000 Namibian dollars for the winning teams, among many other category prizes. After the break, we take a look at the highlights from today's show, just in case you need a quick recap.
Straight Talk is a debate competition for high school learners and a spelling competition for primary school learners, mostly focusing on current affairs among the youth. Contact Zone at synergy.com.na to share your products and services. Straight Talk. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument.
Ohole So Nice is an entertainment show brought to you by the youth for the youth. This is a dating show that allows individuals to participate and be their own true selves. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact Zone at synergy.com.na.
You're watching Sunset News. If you're just joining us, here are the news highlights. Volunteers from the Shinchonji Church of Jesus hosted a back-to-school stationery drive for the underserved learners from Greenleaves Primary School situated in the rural area of Okahanja Park. The Grassroots Hope Foundation, which is an NGO, will be hosting a back-to-school charity event in Arandis. The organization will be donating back-to-school packages for learners from less privileged learners from Arandis Primary School and UB Dags Primary School on the 18th of February in Arandis. In sport, Trustco United is hosting its annual 10-a-side rugby tournament in Olympia today and tomorrow, offering the participating clubs the traditional pre-season opener for the local club rugby season, which should start in earnest next month. And with that, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on Dstv channel 285 and Gotv channel 94 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Diana Master. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.
Africa Good Morning is a current affairs program that brings you the latest from Southern Africa and beyond. News, economics, sport, weather, interviews, and so much more. For any advertising or news-related queries, contact AGM at synergy.com.na. Africa Good Morning, bringing Africa to you.